Good morning, everyone. Jeanette Biro here. I'm a medium and a channeler, and welcome to your weekday daily card reading where we dive into the cards, see what's in store with a message from Spirit. How are you all doing? How are we feeling after the weekend? I'm curious how you're feeling, so if you feel so inclined, do leave a message or two in the comments. One thing I want to clear up first. Last week I mentioned that Cosmic Consciousness was happening this week. It is not this week. Cosmic Consciousness is happening on Wednesday, March 22nd. We are going to be talking about things like the equinox. We're going to be talking about healing energies. We're going to be talking about frequency changes, why we have a ringing in our ears. So if that's happening to you, we're going to talk about why. And I also have channeled messages to bring through from one of my guides. So lots of things to talk about. So if you're so inclined and you feel a draw to join me in Cosmic Consciousness, please do. Again, that's going to be Wednesday, March 22nd. Number two, second thing, fantastic podcast out today. You'll definitely want to check it out. It is with our resident astrologer at Avalon Spirit, Shannon Takas. She really breaks down the massive planetary alignments that are happening this month. One has already happened. We have another underway. And then we have one more coming at the end of the month. She breaks this down and explains why this is so significant at this time and how we can really work with it and what it really means. Like, it was just one of the best podcasts. I've already listened to it again a couple times just because I loved it and there was so much to take in. So you definitely want to check that out. Honestly, it is not one to miss this month, and it really sets the stage for what this month is, what the next 2.5 years are, and then what the next 20-year cycle is, because those are different things that are shifting and changing right now. It is fantastic. So check it out. You can find it on this YouTube page. You can also find it on any of the podcast platforms, the audio ones, Apple, Google, all that. So that being said, let's dive into the message for today. Now, I find the energy today, and I noticed this morning, is really whirly, like really whirly in the air, and it's all about like pulling it down and grounding it. It's even why I'm wearing green today. Like, I find the colors I wear often reflect the energetics of what I'm feeling. Not always. Sometimes I wear black just because I simply wanted to wear that shirt. But there's something about really grounding in today. So let's see what the cards have to share about that. Okay, that feels accurate. One more. Okay, I get it. Okay. Now, there's a couple things at play. This is really interesting. So grounding into our bodies, one of the things that Spirit's telling me right away too, which connects to the cards, is the reason why we need to ground is there's an influx of stuff coming from the cosmos, information, dream state, connections, communications from Spirit, and more solar flares. We're going to see more solar flares this week, and that is really echoed in our first card, Talk to the Sun. So this makes a lot of sense. So this is saying shine your light, talk to the sun. The sun is more than just a ball of burning gas. It contains light consciousness. Now, for those of you that aren't familiar, I channel these guides, the 3 guides of the light. They are light consciousness. So they're not embodied consciousness like we are. They can show up in more of a 5-pointed star form like we are as humans, head, 2 arms, 2 legs. But they don't need to. They are the consciousness of light. And so that takes our understanding of light and really kind of broadens it. Now, what this card is saying is connecting to that energy of solar consciousness while we are having more solar flares, even when we connect to the idea that maybe it's possible, even that opens up your mind and opens up your energetic signature, essentially, to receive more consciousness. So the more you open up to that thought, the more you actually open up to greater possibilities, and your creativity can be where you really start to notice how that comes to fruition. So with that being said, with more solar flare activity, we really need to ground our energy. And one of the ways to do that is really to get into your body. So this one is listen to your body. Feel into your body's wisdom. So the really neat thing is your body is a beautifully designed interface between the world of spirit, world of energetics, world of light consciousness, and your logical, rational mind. Your body is the interface. That's why you get intuitive feelings about things. That's why your body can have, the hairs stand on the back of your neck when an energy seems off. That's why you get that gut feeling when someone tells you something and maybe to you, you're like, I don't know if I trust this. Listen to your body, because your body is that interface with these cosmic frequencies that are coming down to us. And in those cosmic frequencies, not only are we getting energetic upgrades, so essentially it's giving us like a faster processing speed within our body. I guess I could compare it to that. But it's also bringing with it messages, and that's what this card is talking about. And I love too that these ones both have sun rays in it, right? And you have to remember that with oracle cards and tarot cards, it's more than just what the words are. The images are chosen specifically to give more insight and interpretation. So this echo card says, listen for repeated messages. So right now, the messages that are coming down from spirit, from solar consciousness, from light consciousness that you may very well be interpreting with your body, are very much repeated messages. So for many of you, the insights you're gaining might not be brand new ideas. Rather, same things coming up for you to look deeper, for you to close that chapter, for you to finally open a chapter. There's a repetition in it. So it's almost like when you open up to that consciousness coming down, you ground your energy in and you're like, okay, I'm really ready to receive. You hear a similar message and you're like, oh, I've been kind of avoiding that one or denying that. Or, I never looked at it that way. I always looked at it this way. Suddenly I'm seeing it from this perspective and now it makes sense, right? So lots of wisdom coming in, and the wisdom is coming in because the universe wishes for us to swan dive. Now the swan dive is all about being daring. Be daring. Now this doesn't mean you have to be ridiculous and unsafe, but this means you can really tune into your energy, tune into the energy of your body, look for the resonance, because that's where we really feel resonance. And then you may be really ready to leap now. Leap into the new you, into the new chapter, into the new opportunity so that you don't miss it, right? There's something coming in for us to leap. And really that does echo the energy of March. March is whirling things so that we take action as well. The energy is very action oriented, essentially wanting us to swan dive. I also like too that March has a really significant player with Saturn, the planet Saturn, the teacher, the Lord of Karma, moving into Pisces, which is very watery. And you can see this person is free diving into, or free falling into water, right? So it's kind of like dive into those waters, those emotional waters, and you may be surprised the clarity you get in these echo messages, these repeated messages. But really the information is coming from your guides. It's coming from the higher light, higher consciousness, interfacing in your body to help bring clarity. So lots of communication coming this week. That's why there's that grounded feeling. And that makes sense too. Whenever things feel really whirly up here, that's communication. And so no wonder we need to ground. So that being said, with this absolute goodness for the start of our week, what can you do, or how can you increase your grounding practices so that you can really be in the best position to receive, to act, to change, to acknowledge, release, all of those things? What does your grounding practice look like? So for some of you, it might be just walking in nature. You might do grounding meditations where you visualize tree roots coming out of your feet and connecting you into the earth. You may wear green. There's lots of different things. Get curious about it. Also, if you didn't get a chance, check out the podcast I did the other week, I think a week and a bit back, on different ways to meditate, different ways to connect in. Get curious about what that looks like for you. There's a lot of communication on the way. So I'll leave that with you all. I hope you have an amazing start to your week. This is going to be a good week. So check out the podcast today. Don't miss all the explanations on March. It's just so worth it on the Jeanette Byro podcast. And I will see you all tomorrow. Have a good day.